They turned old storage units into treasure chests and became legends on screen. But fate had a final bit of its own. These are the 10 stars we never expected to lose.
Storage Wars has given fans years of exciting auctions, big wins, and unforgettable characters. But when the camera stopped rolling, some cast members faced serious struggles and shocking tragedies. From sudden health problems to unexpected accidents, their real-life stories are both surprising and heartbreaking. Stay with us as we reveal 10 Storage Wars cast members whose deaths stunned fans everywhere, and uncover the events that left viewers speechless. Let's start with one of the show's most famous faces, Dave Hester. From day one, Dave's bold personality made him a standout star you couldn't ignore. Viewers quickly learned that Dave never blended into the background. Every time he showed up, his loud, confident style stole the spotlight. He bragged about his plans, his wins, and even his losses. His fast, aggressive bidding and that unforgettable yup became his trademark. Whenever Dave stepped into an auction, the energy instantly spiked. But life on Storage Wars wasn't all cheers and big finds. Off-camera, trouble started brewing. In 2012, Dave stunned fans and the network when he claimed the show wasn't real. He said producers were planting valuable items inside lockers just to hype things up. The producers didn't take those words lightly. Dave's accusations sparked a huge legal fight. He even took the network to court, and the tension exploded both on set and behind the scenes. Before long, the drama led to his temporary removal from the show. Many fans wondered if they'd ever see Dave again. His bold claims and messy legal fight had already split the Storage Wars community in two. But Dave eventually made a comeback, only for real life to throw him a brutal surprise. Not long after returning, Dave suffered a hemorrhagic stroke, a dangerous kind of stroke caused by bleeding in the brain. Years of high blood pressure and untreated sleep apnea set the stage, and the attack hit without warning. One moment he was fine, the next he was fighting for his life. Doctors rushed him to the hospital, but for a while, no one knew if he would make it. He couldn't move, he couldn't speak. His family and fans were stunned, watching a man known for his loud, unstoppable energy suddenly silenced. Dave's recovery was a long, uphill battle. He had to relearn the simplest things, how to move, how to talk. Each small step proving his grit and determination. Loyal fans followed every update, cheering as he slowly found his strength again. Some even whispered about a Storage Wars curse, though that talk stayed mostly in fan circles. Dave's story is a powerful reminder. Life can change in a heartbeat, no matter how strong you look on TV. But he survived, and his journey isn't over yet. And if you think Dave's ordeal was intense, wait until you hear about Mark Vallejo, a man who lit up every auction with pure swagger. Mark was impossible to miss. With flashy clothes and a smooth, confident style, fans called him Rico Suave. He didn't just bid, he performed. Every auction turned into a show when Mark arrived, mixing strategy with drama and loving the spotlight as much as the storage lockers. But behind that bold, showy personality, Mark's private life was far more complicated than anyone watching the cameras could guess. In 2016, Mark Vallejo's life took a dark turn. He was arrested for having meth and for being under the influence. That one arrest opened a door to a hidden story. Years of legal trouble, personal battles, and mental health struggles that fans never saw while he was making waves on Storage Wars. Behind his confident, bold personality on TV, there was a man carrying a heavy load. 2 years later, tragedy struck. In 2018, Mark was found dead in his car from carbon monoxide poisoning. He was just 40 years old. The news shocked fans and cast members alike. People couldn't help but ask, did the pressure of fame and the fight to keep up a tough public image play a role in his downfall? But Mark's life wasn't only about struggle. He packed a lot of achievement into those 40 years. Born in Portugal, he spent part of his childhood in Brazil before moving to the United States. From a young age, he had a natural talent for business. He opened a video game store and later a auction house, Both prove of his sharp mind and love for collectibles. One of his biggest wins? Helping to recover a rare Action Comics for actor Nicolas Cage, a comic book every collector dreams about. That find showed just how skilled Mark was in the world of auctions and collectibles. He wasn't just a TV star, he was a true expert in his field. Fans still talk about his quick humor, his charm, and the spark he brought to every episode. It's hard to imagine that the same man who made millions smile was privately fighting so many battles. His story is a powerful reminder. Behind every larger-than-life TV personality, there can be pain the audience will never fully see. And just when you think Mark's story is the most shocking, there's more heartbreak ahead. Take Günter Nazoda. He joined Storage Wars in Season 4 alongside his son Rene, and instantly became a fan favorite. Günter wasn't loud or flashy. He was calm, funny, and genuine. The kind of person who made every auction feel like fun. Viewers loved the warm bond between father and son, a team built on respect and care.
But off camera, Gunnar faced a dangerous fight of his own. After decades of smoking, he was diagnosed with lung cancer. The disease had badly damaged his lungs, even leaving holes that required emergency surgery. It was a brutal illness, and his health was a constant uphill battle. Sadly, Gunnar passed away at 67 in Salt Lake City, Utah. His death left a hole in the Storage Wars family and in the hearts of fans who had grown to love his steady, positive spirit. Viewers remember his witty remarks, his kind encouragement to Rene, and the calm professionalism he brought to auctions filled with tension and drama. These stories, Mark's hidden pain and Gunter's brave fight, remind us that behind the excitement of storage auctions are real people with real struggles. And as you'll soon see, the surprises in the Storage Wars world don't end here. Gunnar's time on Storage Wars was about more than winning lockers or bidding big. He stood out for his honesty and calm way of doing business. Even when the competition got tough, Gunnar stayed cool and made smart moves. Viewers loved how he proved that kindness and respect could shine brighter than loud talk or flashy tricks. His story is a reminder that real success, on TV and in life, doesn't always come from being the biggest voice in the room. Sometimes it comes from being genuine and professional. Fans still remember Gunter's quiet humor, his teamwork with Rene, and the moments that made him unforgettable. His impact is still felt in the Storage Wars community today. But just when you think you've heard all the surprises from Storage Wars, another name stands out: Mo Prigo. Mo lit up the screen on Storage Wars Texas with a personality all his own. He started as a collector with a sharp eye for hidden treasures, but his life was far bigger than the show. Mo wore many hats: doctor, musician, teacher, and devoted collector. Each role showed a different piece of who he was. As a doctor, he spent years helping people and giving back to his community. As a collector, he treated every item like a piece of history, always spotting value others missed. Music revealed his creative heart, while teaching showed his patience and love for guiding others. Off-screen, Mo's life was just as rich. He shared 19 loving years of marriage with his wife, Michaela, balancing his passions with his role as a dedicated husband. Family came first for Mo, but he still found time for the hobbies he loved: music, collecting, and sharing his knowledge. Mo's story is proof that a full life isn't about fame or money. It's about passion, balance, and the joy of lifting others along the way. Even though Mo seemed strong and cheerful on camera, he quietly battled a serious illness for 6 long years. He chose to keep his fight private, all while staying active in his work and the hobbies he loved. Few people knew what he was going through, but it took incredible strength to keep showing up for fans and friends while facing such a tough challenge. Sadly, Mo Prigo passed away in 2021 after his long battle. His death was a heartbreaking loss, not just for his family and close friends, but for the entire Storage Wars Texas community. Fans remembered his kindness, sharp mind, and the creative spark he brought to every auction. Mo's life is a reminder that behind the bright lights of television are real people with real struggles and big hearts. His legacy of talent and generosity continues to inspire everyone who knew him. But the surprises didn't stop there. Just when you think you've heard all the stories from Storage Wars, another name surfaced, this time about Brandon Sheets. Brandon became a familiar face on the show, working alongside his father, Daryl Sheets, one of the most popular buyers. While Daryl grabbed most of the spotlight, Brandon was the steady partner, helping inspect lockers, sort treasures, and keep each purchase running smoothly. Their teamwork gave fans a behind-the-scenes look at how much effort goes into every single auction win. Then, in 2017, everything changed. Due to budget cuts, Brandon was let go during a major cash shakeup. His TV days ended, but his hard-working spirit didn't. He switched gears and became a UPS truck driver, taking on a completely different kind of challenge. But life threw him another curveball. While sleeping in the trailer of his truck, an unexpected accident sent the vehicle off course in a terrifying crash. Amazingly, Brandon survived with only minor injuries, but the shock of that night left deep emotional scars. Brandon's life took a hard turn after the crash. It left deep marks on his mind, bringing stress, anxiety, and a tough time adjusting to normal life. What made it worse? He says his employer didn't give him much support while he was trying to heal, making the road back even harder. But the struggles didn't stop there. Around the same time, his father, Storage Wars star Daryl Sheets, faced serious health problems, including a heart attack and lung issues. Brandon suddenly had to care for his dad while also dealing with his own trauma. Family worries, work pressures, and the shock of the accident all piled up, showing how fast life can change even after TV success.
Still, Brandon keeps pushing forward. The crash may always be part of his story, but he focuses on his family and everyday life. Fans who remember him from Storage Wars continue to send messages of support, knowing that life off-camera can be just as dramatic and just as tough as anything caught on film. Brandon's story reminds us that reality TV stars are real people with real struggles. Fame can't protect anyone from accidents, job stress, or family health problems. Through it all, Brandon Sheets showed strength and the power of family support as he worked through a long and difficult recovery. But just when you think you've heard every twist in the lives of the Storage Wars cast, another surprise pops up. This time with Dan Dodson. Dan isn't just a TV personality. He's a master auctioneer with decades of experience. Long before the cameras rolled, Dan and his wife Laura built a respected business called American Auctioneers. They traveled across California, running fast-paced auctions that earned them a strong reputation. Dan's quick speech, sharp instincts, and lively energy turned every event into a show, making him unforgettable. That same spark caught the attention of Storage Wars, where Dan became a fan favorite for his high-speed calls and fun personality. He wasn't just selling storage units, he was entertaining a crowd. But in 2014, Dan's life took a frightening turn. Out of nowhere, he suffered 2 brain aneurysms at the same time, a medical emergency so rare and dangerous that it could have ended his life in an instant. Dan Dodson's health scare was nothing short of shocking. He didn't just suffer 1 aneurysm, he had 2 at the same time. The pain was intense. He battled pounding headaches, blurred vision, and confusion until his family rushed him to the hospital. Doctors worked fast to save him, saying that surviving even 1 aneurysm is tough. Dan's situation was even more dangerous. But Dan fought back. After emergency treatment and a long recovery, he made big changes. He quit smoking, a habit doctors believed played a role in his health crisis. He focused on living healthier to avoid another scare, and it paid off. This close call changed how Dan saw life and work. When he finally returned to the auction floor and to Storage Wars, fans were thrilled. They cheered as he brought the same energy and skill they loved, only now with a deeper appreciation for life. Dan's story is a lesson in strength and smart choices. He showed that you can bounce back from something terrifying if you stay determined and take care of yourself. But the Dodson family's challenges didn't stop there. In 2020, their son Garrett faced a nightmare of his own. While visiting Arizona, he was suddenly shot in a violent attack, a moment that shocked both his family and fans. What shocked everyone first was Garrett's lightning-fast thinking. Even while bleeding badly and in terrible pain, he grabbed his phone and called 911 himself. He gave the operator his exact location and explained how serious his injuries were, an action that likely saved his life. Moments later, a helicopter rushed him from Arizona to a hospital in Las Vegas. Doctors moved fast, performing emergency surgery to repair his vena cava, the huge vein that carries blood from the lower body to the heart. A tear in that vein can cause massive blood loss, and is often deadly. The operation was risky and complex, but the surgical team pulled it off and stabilized him. Garrett's road back was long and painful, yet his grit and the doctor's skill kept him moving forward. Against all odds, he survived. Police later arrested Garrett Wilder, the man behind the shooting, bringing some justice and closure for Garrett and his family. When news of Garrett's survival hit social media, fans of the Dotson family and Storage Wars flooded the internet with support. Messages of relief and admiration poured in, praising his courage and the quick thinking that helped save his life. Garrett's accident didn't just leave physical scars, it shook the whole Dotson family. Dan and Laura, who have spent years letting cameras follow their every move, said they were overwhelmed with gratitude for the love and support they received. They were simply thankful Garrett was alive. The ordeal reminded them how fast life can change, even for people used to pressure and the spotlight. But the drama doesn't end there. Up next is another unforgettable Storage Wars icon, Brandy Passanti. Brandy is famous for her sharp mind and fearless bidding on Storage Wars. Working side by side with her partner, Jared Schultz, she quickly became one of the show's biggest stars. Fans loved their playful teamwork and competitive energy, which even earned them their own spin-off, Brandy and Jared Married to the Job. That show gave viewers a closer look at their daily hustle, the struggles of running a business together, and the highs and lows of life in the fast lane.
But as Brandy's popularity exploded, fame brought unexpected trouble. Along with the spotlight came threatening letters from strangers, messages that left her genuinely worried for her safety. Brandy's situation got so serious that she had to change her whole way of life. The harassment pushed her to move into a gated community, hoping the extra security would finally bring some peace. It helped a little, but the fear never fully went away. Imagine living every day worried about your own safety and the people you care about. That stress doesn't just disappear. To handle the constant anxiety, Brandy turned to therapy. Talking with a professional became a lifeline. It gave her a safe space to face her fears and rebuild her confidence. Through therapy, she learned how to set firm boundaries, manage stress, and stay focused on her career without losing herself. Those tools helped her stay grounded even with cameras and the spotlight always nearby. And Brandy isn't the only Storage Wars star who had to find a way to cope with life off camera. Up next is Barry Weiss, a fan favorite with a style all his own. Barry never chased profits the way others did. For him, every auction was like a treasure hunt, a chance to find something rare or just plain weird. His quirky habits and bold auction moves made him unforgettable, and fans loved every minute of it. Barry was always the wild card on Storage Wars. One day he'd show up wearing skeleton gloves just to make people stare. Another day he'd roll in with his famous chicken-shaped car or try a psychic auction, claiming he could predict locker prices. His off-the-wall stunts kept everyone laughing and guessing what he'd do next, and that's exactly why fans and fellow bidders never forgot him. But in 2019, Barry's life took a sudden, scary turn. While riding his motorcycle in Los Angeles, he was involved in a serious crash. He was rushed to the hospital with major injuries, and news of the accident spread fast. Viewers who loved his fearless personality were shocked to see how quickly real life can humble even the biggest characters. Then things got even messier. Rumors started flying online. Some even claimed Barry had died. Fans were worried and confused, trying to figure out what was true. Thankfully, those death reports were completely false. Barry survived, but the incident reminded everyone how just fragile life really is. False stories about Barry's crash spread fast, showing how quickly rumors can grow when it's about a TV star. Fans worried, but Barry pulled through. He later gave updates himself, letting everyone know he was alive, healing, and ready to move forward. Next, another Storage Wars favorite, Jared Schultz. Jared and Brandy Passanti were once the show's power couple. They ran an auction business together, raised kids, and built a loyal fan base. Brandy handled the deals, while Jared brought his own bold style to bidding. Viewers loved their chemistry, but behind the scenes, their relationship started to crack. In 2021, they shocked fans by announcing their breakup. It wasn't just a private split. Cameras kept rolling. They still filmed Storage Wars, and audiences could feel the tension as they tried to work side by side. Their breakup raised a big question. Can reality TV survive when real relationships fall apart? Then things got even more serious. Report had it that Jared faced domestic violence charges, putting him under heavy public scrutiny and making fans wonder what would happen next. In the middle of all the drama, Brandy Passanti posted a short but mysterious message on Instagram. It let everyone know she was safe and doing her best to handle the tough situation. That small update calmed worried fans and reminded people that reality TV stars face real problems when the cameras stop rolling. Fans reacted fast. Many were shocked and saddened. After all, Jared and Brandy always seemed like one of the show's strongest and most fun couples. Social media lit up with guesses about what was happening. Was the pressure of fame too much? Were there hidden conflicts with the cast? The incident opened a lot of eyes, showing how different real life can be from what we see on TV. If you enjoyed this journey on 10 beloved Storage Wars members who tragically passed away, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our next video.